Hey folks, Capt Mike here from Salty Cape, and today I'm super excited to have my two good friends from the Massachusetts Division of Marine Fisheries. And today we have Matt Ayer and Dr. Micah Dean, and we're going to look at the Massachusetts' new citizen science program where we're studying catch and release for striped bass. So today we're at MiddleGround. It's middle May and the conditions look perfect. We're right here in the rip and see some gulls around. This time of year the stripers are fairly keyed in on squid, but there's also some herring moving through the area. So today we've got the full spectrum of squid and herring colored poppers. We're going to do this demonstration on topwater plugs, and well, I'm going to have a little panic attack if we don't get the lines in the water, but now it's perfect.
So step one is to start your timer once you hook up with a fish. You've got that striped bass on the lure. You're going to start a timer. That timer can be a stopwatch, your wristwatch, a timer on your phone, or you could have someone else on the boat start your timer. If you've got an angler or a buddy who's on the boat who hasn't hooked up or might not be fishing at the moment, they can start your timer for you when you first hook up on that striped bass.
So Matt just hooked up on the bow and I hit start. He has his own timer, he's doing it too. So either you do it yourself or you have a buddy do it. But right now we're stemming the tide in the rip, and I might need to drift back on this fish because there's a lot of current. And so they want us to do a natural time study, so that's what we're going to do.
Step two, when you get the fish in to the boat and you're about to handle it, you're going to note the time of first contact with that fish. Either, again, you're going to look down at your stopwatch, your wristwatch, your phone timer, or have the person that's monitoring your time on the boat note that first time. Again, that's going to be your fight time. It's an important piece of data that will then go on the data sheet. Once you have the fish in hand, you note the time on your timer. Whatever that timer might be, you note that first time. Let the timer keep running after that.
So we're going to remember to document the time when I get my hands on this fish. This is a little bit of a bigger fish. We've taken the boat out of gear to drift back. This is a little bit lighter gear than I would normally use in this condition, so we're going to assist it with drifting back on the fish. Striped bass have big tails, so they get going in the tide. You see the drag. This is a medium to light tackle outfit. Okay. So we're going to get ready to remember the time from when I get my hands on that fish. Here we go. You get a time? 2:52. Now I have just the single hook. I'm noting that it's in the corner of the fish's mouth. I'm going to pop that out. Easy dehook.
Step three is assessing the fish. You note the hook location, whether it's one hook point or multiple hook points. You want to see where those hook points might be hooked onto the fish. If it's multiple points of contact, you want to make sure you note that. If it's a single point, you want to know where it is. Is it in the mouth? Is it in the esophagus? Is it in the gills? Is it foul hook somewhere on the body? Or is it deep down in the stomach? Also, note any blood that is present on the fish. It could be a little bit of blood, it could be a lot of blood, but note the presence of blood from any injury caused by the hook.
148, 220, 25 inches. Hook to the mouth. No blood.
Step four is measuring the fish. You want to do this pretty quickly. It needs to be to the nearest whole inch. So if you need to hold up a tape measure alongside the fish, if you're fishing from shore, or if you're on a boat and have the ability to lay the fish down on top of a tape measure, or to have the fish down and lay the tape measure on top of the fish, it's to the nearest inch. Do the best you can to get this measurement, but we don't want it to take too long before you then are going to release the fish.
Now I'm going to get a measurement. Now, generally speaking, when I catch a fish, I don't like to take him out of the water. And so what I'm going to make a note to myself, I'm going to put a tape measure right on the side of the boat. I'm just going to lay this fish quickly on the gunnel to get a measurement. And this is a good two-person job. So I'm going to hold this fish and Matt's going to get the tape. Now we're going from the furthest point to the furthest point on this fish.
It's like 35.
35 inches. Have a nice wet gunnel.
Step 5 is releasing the fish. So you're going to bring the fish to the water level, let it go. If you need to revive it, hold it in the current, let the water flow over the gills. But what you're going to note is the condition of the fish and how it swims off. Does it swim off strongly? Does it swim off weakly? Or does it not swim off at all? Those are all really important pieces to that data. Also, when you release the fish, you're going to note that final time. Your clock will still be running either on a stopwatch, wristwatch, wherever you're keeping time. You're going to note that final time, and that will be complete the timing of the total catch.
Now I'm going to get this fish right back in the water. This fish is a little tired. I'm just going to swim it sometimes alongside of the boat, and off I go.
An important aspect of the study is recording your information. Fish information goes on these data sheets, which can be found at the link listed below. You're going to record all your times, your fish lengths, the different aspects of the hook location, any blood you might have seen, the swimming ability, and then we're also asking for some information about the type of lure you're fishing with. So we're going to ask you to measure that lure that the fish was caught on to the nearest whole inch, and we also want to know how many hook points are on that lure. So does it have a single hook with a single hook point? Does it have a single treble hook with 3 hook points? Or does it have multiple treble hooks with multiple points? All that will go here on the data sheet. If you're going to fish with bait and you're going to use a hook, we'd like you to include a picture of that hook. So if you place the hook on the data sheet and then take a picture of that data sheet, when you submit it, we will have an image of that hook on the data sheet and be able to get measurements and characteristics of that hook that you're utilizing for fishing with bait. All the information on this study can be found at mass.gov/striper.
Fish swam away with plenty of energy. Maybe didn't need the revive, but so we're paying attention to everything. When we hook it, how long the fight time is, how long it took to release it, where the hook was caught, and how it swam away, and the condition of the fish. And that was a textbook hook, land, and release. Not a lot of damage. Of course, we took the back hook off and mashed some of the barbs down.
So we're partnering with volunteer recreational anglers to try to estimate the survival of striped bass after they're released. And we're doing this by collecting a lot of information from times of fish are being fought, their time that they're being handled out of the water, and the overall condition of the fish after they're released. And we're asking anglers to bring with them a stopwatch, some ability to measure water temperature, and a tape measure. And with those tools, we're just asking that they record some basic variables, some data when they're fishing, and we'll use this to estimate the survival of striped bass after they're released. So we're really excited about the interest that we have so far. We have around 500 people have signed up, and we've already have 30 anglers that have started to send us data. And to keep people interested to continue to send us data, we're going to be giving away raffle prizes every week. So if you sent in at least one report in a week, you're eligible for a drawing every Friday. You could win a rod and reel combo, a pair of Costa sunglasses, some hoagie lures, And we hope that everyone can go at least once a week, and you don't have to record information on every fish that you catch. If you just do some of the fish that you catch on a trip, that would be tremendously useful to us. And even if you forget some information or some piece of your kit, it's all right. Just record what you do have, and then we'll use the data in whatever you send us.